What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to more Let's Play Paper Mario 64. Pink Reaper here. So it's actually been a little while since I last recorded this. I actually don't remember what we did in the last part. Right. Dry Ruins, we completed it. We went back through Mount Rugged and fought, whatever his name was. Her name was? We fought the bird. Bazard, or whatever it's called. Oh, hey, maybe the badge I want is in here. Nope, still the same stuff from before. And, oh yeah, we learned of the invincible Master Tubba Blubba and how his star spirit ran away. And then we saw Feisty get totally terrified by a ghost that ran into the forest over here. Is there anything I want to do before I do this? Nope. So let's go over here. Oh man, it just became night. Pardon me, sir. Would you happen to be Mario? How do you do, sir? My master wishes to see you. If you would, please call on us at the mansion on the far side of the Forever Forest. My master would also like me to add that she has in her possession important news regarding the Star Spirits. Please make haste. We shall await your arrival with a warm welcome. I guess he's not as soft-spoken as I thought. Anyways, wait, wrong one. Oh, actually, that's probably something I should do. What do I... Yeah, I've got no items. Because it's going to be a little bit before I can get items again, so... Let's go over this way. By the way, you'll be seeing, I haven't really shown off, with the exception of when I made that one recipe, I haven't really shown off, the cooking. Oh, I should have shown off Luigi. Well, whatever. But you'll be seeing more of it later. There's just not really anything worth cooking right now. Let's go show off Luigi. I didn't show him off after the last chapter, but I can show him off now. Wait. Luigi. Luigi! Where is he? Huh, that's weird. There's music coming from down there, too. Wonder what that's all about. We'll have to investigate that further later. Anyway. So, Luigi's nowhere to be found at the very least. Let's come in here and buy some items. Let's buy a fire flower. And let's buy a honey syrup. Actually, let's buy another honey syrup. I like having the ability to restore my FP, and that will help. If you're playing along at home, or if you've just never played this game before and intend to pick it up at some point or another, let me just go ahead and say right now, if you don't... Ooh, nah. I don't really need any of these. If you don't already have it, you should get the Zap Tap badge. It'll be pretty useful in this area over here. The invincible Tubba Blubba. Aw, man. So this place used to creep me the hell out when I was a kid, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I ever played Paper Mario, it took me a while to get past this spot just because I was really young and I didn't want to do it. Oh. Here we have the introduction of our first new enemies from this area. Whoa, don't headbonk. Headbonk will not work against these enemies. This is a piranha plant. Piranha plants pop out of the ground at unexpected moments, so be on your guard. Max HP is 5, attack power is 3, defense power is 0. You've seen them in every one of your adventures, so I imagine you know them pretty well. Their sharp jaws point upwards, so you'll get bitten if you try to jump on them. They smile after biting people. That smug smile, it makes me hopping mad. Right, Goombario can't do anything to these enemies. They have kind of annoying defense commands, but it's not nearly as bad as it is in the next game, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Especially where they can, like, attack you from a distance, and you can't even hit them with Zap Tap. But anyway. There's only 2 new enemies in this particular area. Well, that's creepy. But it also shows off this. This is the gimmick for this area, and he'll explain it a little bit better. What do you think you're doing? This is Forever Forest. The path ahead of here is extremely dangerous. Didn't you know that? You'd better go back. Okay. So that's your story? You're invited to Boo's mansion? You may pass then. Listen carefully. If you want to get through this forest, you have to pay really close attention to your surroundings. If you choose the wrong paths, you'll end up back at the forest edge before you know it. The areas around the correct path will always look slightly different from the others. Watch carefully for clues. For example, in this area, take a good look at the inner trees as you walk around. In one of them, you'll spot strange glowing eyes. The exit near that tree is the path you want to take. These clues will be different in other parts of the forest. Watch the inner forest very, very carefully as you go. Right. So, whenever you see something different, that means the path, that particular exit, will actually take you somewhere you want to go. Oh. Here we have the introduction of the next enemy, Forest Fuzzies. Oh. This is a Forest Fuzzy. Forest Fuzzies are always green. Max HP 6, attack power 1. If they grab hold of you, they'll absorb your HP and add it to their own. Those fiends, they're no good. Oh, and sometimes they divide. They sometimes divide. If they divide, they become even stronger, so so try to beat them before they can split up. Luckily with the Zap Tap badge, these enemies can't actually hurt us, or really do anything. Fuzzies are really annoying. They appear in, obviously, they appeared outside of Koopa Village, they appear here, and they appear in one more spot. And they're just really annoying to deal with. Quake Hammer. Because timing the action command on defense on them is really hard. So the Zap Tap badge makes them a lot more manageable, to say the least. Also, it's basically free experience because they can't hurt you. And I also want to say it's not just for this that I always get the Zap Tap badge early. That extra 1 damage just when something hits you is like really, really useful. I mean, it doesn't seem like it would be, but in a game where your HP and enemy HPs are so low, it's actually really useful. As you should have seen right there. I think it was, yeah. There's the strange glowing eyes they're talking about. It's also worth noting Goombario actually has something different to say about every single area in Forever Forest. So if we do this, check the powers. Those ones spin. These ones spin. These ones spin. But these slightly different ones, they don't spin. But if you come over here, we can find our little buddy over here. This is Oakley. He lives in Forever Forest. He guards the entry of Forever Forest to prevent wanderers from getting lost. He helps any town folks who get lost inside. That beard, for some reason I feel like yanking it. Oh yeah, he actually does say something different there. I thought he said the same thing he says the first time you meet him, but he actually says something different. I don't really want to go back and read it though, I'm lazy. Oh, first strike. Wasn't even trying for it. Oh man. I just don't want to deal with that piranha plant. It's the only thing that can actually hurt me. Bonk. I like how you can get the defense action command on these two when you're electrified, even though it already does no damage. I'm also going to show this off. Or no, I already showed this off. I've already used... Oops. I didn't actually mean to use that. I wanted to use his normal attack and show off that Parakarry actually does less damage than Goombario does, actually. Because I think he only does 3 with his attack. There's something here. But again, this path also has something hidden in it. Hey, hello there. I'm a bulb from the land called Flower Fields. Yada yada yada, it's the same thing. We get another magical seed. Please plant it somewhere nice and take extra good care of it. If you plant it somewhere bad and I find out about it, I might place a curse on you. That's 3 of them. There's only 4 in the game. Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. Alright, if you check these mushrooms, they light up. This one's different. The mushrooms are closer. Oh dear. Lullaby. Success. Lullaby has a very high success rate, especially here early in the game, where enemies are pretty weak. Oh, out of FP. And then refresh is just free HP and FP. I actually don't know if... Oh yeah, okay. It's weird, but certain enemies, Parakarry can actually attack that other partners that, you know, jump wouldn't be able to attack. I can't remember any offhand, but I know there's at least 1 or 2. Success, no damage. And free XP. Right, so as we saw, this one has a smaller cluster of mushrooms than this one does. But this over here... Yeah. What that means is there's actually 2 paths you can take here. I think the one I just took is actually... Yeah, the one I just took is not the one I wanted to go down. I forgot. That is the, quote-unquote correct path. The path we want to go down is this one. If we come over... going to avoid you. Yeah. If we come over here, we get a free badge. The HP Plus badge. Now, there's one other thing that makes this area important, and it's this tree. This tree, if I hit it, will spawn an enemy that doesn't appear this, or isn't supposed to appear this early in the game. It appears much, much later in the game. So it's worth a ton of XP. The thing is, it's also really, really, really strong. So I'm not actually going to tattle it. I'm just going to fight it. These are Bzaps, they're called. They have basically no HP. I think they only have 3 HP, but they deal 6 damage per attack. And considering I only have 15 HP, I don't really want to deal with that. They're also worth an absolute ton of experience this early in the game, 7 points each. Because again, I'm not supposed to be fighting these enemies this early. It's always worth it to come here and fight those enemies. They're not so strong that you have no way of dealing with them, and they're worth a ton of experience, so... Just be aware that you don't really want to get attacked more than once by that team. Anyways, back over here. We see the laughing, disappearing plants. Except for these ones. These ones don't disappear. Oh god. Got into a fight I didn't want to get into. Easy enough. Now it's just taking care of the fuzzies. I think the worst part about this area is when I'm in a fight against all fuzzies and I get the I get Merlee's whatever, enchantment, curse, whatever, that makes it so I take even less damage. It's like, well, I'm already taking no damage. It doesn't really matter, does it? 3 damage. Although more damage right there would have been nice. And he splits. Right, so this is the other thing that Forest Fuzzies can do. They can split. And it's going to be a running theme with Fuzzies. The Fuzzies we run into later in the game can do the same thing. Oops, screwed that up. Whatever, he's dead. You'll note they attacked out of order there. That's because enemies actually attack in the order they appeared in. So since that enemy was cloned right there, it actually attacks second, or rather last. If you come over here, if you have business at Boo's Mansion, come this way. On the other hand, if you're like me and you don't, you can go this way. Whoops. Didn't even see that guy. Oh no, definitely not doing this. Not in the mood, thank you. I'll take the hit to my wallet to not have to do that fight. Woo, run away. I'm going to keep those plants going because I'm going to use it to find my way back. If you come over here, you get another badge, an FP plus badge, to go with the HP plus badge that we got. If you'll notice, this area is actually different. I don't think it takes you anywhere, though. If remember correctly, this is just going to take me back to the beginning of the forest. Yep, sure enough did. Yeah, that tripped me up as a kid. That area is different, but it still takes you back to the same place. Or, I mean, takes you back to the beginning, which is dumb. But, I'm going to cut and go through the forest again, because I doubt you really want to watch that again. Alright, so here we are, back outside the sign that says, this way to Boo's Mansion. And if we come over here, we are at Boo's Mansion. One of the very few cutscenes in the game. I'm certainly glad we're out of that forest. Talk about creepy. What's this? Mario, I have a feeling that this is the mansion we're looking for. You think? Come over here. And get a Volt Shroom. Electrifies Mario briefly and damages enemies who touch him. Unfortunately, that item's basically useless to us because we have the Zap Tap badge, which does that forever. I guess that's something I should mention. The Zap Tap badge never goes out. You don't start electrified and then later become unelectrified. You're just always electrified. You come through here. Creepy. Welcome, sirs and madame. I was always kind of impressed by that. The way he says sirs and madame, because it's true, you have multiple males but only one female. I'm pleased you made it through the Forever Forest. My master awaits you in the room highest up in this lovely mansion. And some of you might recognize this from the outside. Please go to the 3rd floor. There we hear all the news of the Star Spirits. I'll see you there. But this mansion exterior is somewhat modeled after the Big Boo's haunt from Mario 64, in the same way that Princess Peach's castle. The interior was somewhat modeled after Princess Peach's castle from Super Mario 64. But I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and go into Boo's Mansion in the next episode, because unfortunately it's not going to be so simple as to just walk up to the 3rd floor and talk. And we got, quite a bit done in this part. We got all the way through Forever Forest. It's a pretty tricky maze at the very least. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been Pink Reaper, signing out.